And we're going live now with the Wellness Woman here on New Earth Television. You're live, Lynnis.
Hello, everyone. We were planning on going live on Facebook, but we had some technical difficulties, so my apologies for that. But we are live on YouTube, so welcome to all of our YouTube audience, and thank you so much for all of our Facebook viewers who will get a chance to see this wonderful show after it airs, and many, many thanks to iHeartRadio and all the other listeners from all the other platforms. Thank you so much for listening to the Wellness Woman Show, and thank you also to New Earth Television, who always provides such wonderful entertainment and information for people who want to find how to live alternatively well with their mind, body, and spirit. I love this network because it really is all about women, for women, and by women. And today we're going to be talking about something that is near and dear to my heart, and that I think it is for anyone, but in particular, I think women over 40 should really benefit from the information we're going to be sharing. We have with us today Shawngela. Am I saying it correctly?
Yes.
It's okay. I renamed her, and so I had to learn the right name. So it's Shawngela Pierce. She is an author, a meditation and yoga expert, and also an expert in the law of attraction. And she has a philosophy that by doing yoga and meditation and working with the law of attraction, that you truly can heal yourself. And I really think that's wonderful because you're using 3 different modalities to handle the healing of 3 different kinds of things: your mind, your body, and your spirit. And I truly believe as you age and move into the 40 and beyond, there's so much stuff that's gone on, prior to you getting older. You have all that baggage, and you still have a lot of life to live. And maybe it's a good time to take a look at that and figure out how you can heal and be your best self as you approach midlife and live through that wonderful journey. So, Shawngela, thank you so much for being on the Wellness Woman Show. It's wonderful to have you.
Thank you for having me. I am very delighted.
Thank you. So first of all, tell us a little bit about you and how you became so passionate about yoga and meditation.
Well, it's been a journey of 20 years of really just looking within myself and knowing that there was something more, and knowing I wanted to heal myself. And wasn't really finding the answers that I needed. And so I was just really guided, I would say, by my spiritual guides to go within. And then when I found the law of attraction, that just opened me up. It was like, wow, this is what
this is what it's really all about.
Yeah, this is what I've known intuitively, but have never really had the words to describe it. And then when I found it, it changed my life. I changed my career. I dedicated my life to helping others also discover the truth of how we create our realities and how we can heal ourselves.
Well, what is the truth? I know we talked about this before, about creating our own realities. And we're not talking about, for those of you who like the Netflix Stranger Things, the Upside Down world, or whatever that's called, Inside Out, or whatever. We're not talking about that. But you're talking about realities. What realities are you talking about when you say that? What do you really mean by that?
Well, just how you create your reality, how life unfolds in this universe, based on your thoughts, your feelings, what you focus on. And most people don't understand that. So we kind of get an idea, almost like a mysticism of, you're kind of just here on earth and things just happen to you. And
everything's happenstance, no such thing, all coincidence, which I definitely don't believe.
Yeah.
So how can people begin to really take a look at what's going on in their life and begin to change those things that they want to change that maybe they haven't been able to change up to this point?
Well, first and foremost, call it forth. Set the intention that this is what you want. Okay. And kind of basically carve out your life to reflect that. So if this is what you really want, you're going to dedicate your life to really changing it, to really looking inward, to studying the law of attraction, to learning how to use it to heal. And if necessary, going to a coach until you are strong enough to, and you understand it enough for yourself. So it really is, it really depends on the person, but first and foremost, you really have to set the intent to do it.
So first of all, the first step then is make up your mind that this is what you want to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, I want to kind of digress a little bit and talk about what the law of attraction actually is. You hear that a lot. I think there's some misunderstandings in terms of what it is. What is the law of attraction?
Oh, well, there's many explanations for it, but
Yes.
it really, I would like to say it's how we create our reality. You ask the universe, and you're asking by many methods, by where you put your focus, what you say, what you do, how you feel, all kinds of ways in which you ask. The universe answers, and answers completely 100%. What most people don't understand about that is because in their reality, they don't see it 100%. And it's because they haven't understood the allowing aspect of it and allowing this to come into your reality. Because if you stood in your power, your true power, you would know that once you ask, it is given. Okay.
Now, what do you mean by standing in your true power? And the reason why I'm kind of digging deep is that so many people are so cynical about this kind of thing. So I think sometimes if you really explain what you're talking about, instead of assuming that people get it, they might themselves kind of begin to enter into a different kind of reality of what we're really talking about.
What I mean by standing in your power as a truly creative being here on earth, understanding that this is what we came here to do as spiritual beings in the physical form, to create our realities and experience ourselves in this physical body. And so connecting, when I say standing in your power, I mean connecting to your source, whatever you call your source, fully 100%, and just knowing and walking in that light. So there is no need to question whether or not you'll be giving this, or whether you'll be taken care of, whether you'll heal. You'll be in alignment, full alignment. And so you'll
just know that.
Yes, you'll know that.
Now, what do you think it might be really important for someone approaching midlife, or who's in the throes of midlife, to begin to start approaching life in this way?
Well, it's generally up to that point for most people. They're more in the, standard way of living life. They're just I wouldn't even say in the moment. They're just, things are chaotic, and they're not paying attention to their body. There's a lot of emotional issues that aren't being dealt with because you feel like you have to take care of others, especially women, because we're kind of trained that we have to take care of others before ourselves. And so there's so much misalignment with who you are as source. By the time you get to 40, that's when you really start to realize, you're like, wow, my body is changing. And I really need to start taking care of my body and myself. And many times that's in alignment with the kids leaving.
Right.
And finally you can say, oh, this is, I need to take care of myself. And or if the kids haven't left, your body is still changing, and you're just like, enough is enough, and I need to take care of me.
Now, how does yoga and meditation work together to try to enhance the whole idea of the law of attraction?
Well, just for clarity's sake, I teach Qigong, which many people refer to as Chinese yoga. So in a sense, it is yoga, but more Chinese oriented. And it's really, Qigong is moving and standing form of meditation. And what it does, it helps on many levels. It helps you connect to your spiritual guide or your source, whatever your source is, by many means, because it helps you quiet your mind. Because your source can't speak to you if you're just always speaking in your mind, if there's chaos there. So you have to quiet that. It helps to raise your vibration. It gets you more in tune with your body and how you feel, because most people are so used to being in their mind that they don't understand, they don't relate to their physical body. When there's pain, they don't really feel it until it's like at a level of 9 out of 10, as opposed to at a level of 1. They're just not very mindful or in touch with their body. So it really correlates well with the law of attraction, understanding how you feel, getting in touch with your spiritual guides, and just being present in the moment.
Now, in your classes or in your workshops and webinars, I know you tell everybody to set their intent, but what's the next thing that a person can do to kind of begin to move into that whole reality?
Well, my basic protocol in the beginning is pretty much the same for everyone. I have you set your intent, okay? and we review that. And then I have people create a vision board based on that intention.
Wow.
And this helps in many ways. Again, it's all about, it's the asking part. Okay. So it's kind of like, it's just like your foundation. And so the vision board helps in many ways. It's something you see every day.
Mm-hmm.
And it helps to retrain your subconscious mind on what you want. Okay. Mm-hmm. So now we're sending out a different vibration to the universe. Mm-hmm. And it's just, it uplifts your vibration, it raises your vibration when you see it. Mm-hmm. All right. And it's just very underestimated, but very powerful in its ability to help reorient you in your goals.
Well, I do know that visualization is very powerful. In fact, here in my prayer room office, there's all kinds of things here that I use for visualization. Now, most of it is writing, but then I also have images of my family around me, images of I make these, I do a lot of these color card things. I don't know if you can see them or not, and they're not, but anyway, I do a lot of those coloring and stuff, and it really helps me to get the creative juices going, and it helps me to visualize things in a different way. And there's all kinds of tools like that, but I think that, for everybody learns differently. We learn through hearing, through seeing, through visualization, and I really truly believe that whichever way that you learn the best, I really do believe that meditation helps to usher that in. It helps to quiet the mind enough for you to figure out the best way for you to go after whatever it is that whatever your dream is or whatever you want to pursue. And I always say that, humans, we are so busy doing all the time. Do this, that we very rarely get to be truly humans that are being just being present and slowing down. Why is that so important? Why is it so important for us to just sometimes slow down and just be, from a spiritual perspective and also from a physical perspective?
Well, pretty much everyone's heard of the mind-body connection. And so you understand that basically a chaotic mind causes a chaotic physical body and emotional body as well. So, and most people can relate to it in terms of stress. So you're stressed all the time. And so that's affecting you emotionally, physically, and spiritually. So it's really important to let go of the chaos, the chaotic mind, and the negative thoughts that come with it, and be present. And when you can do that, it raises your vibration, and in that sense, you can connect to your source more easily. And you can be guided from within, just like you said, because everyone's learning differently. That's why I teach about spiritual guidance or guidance from source, whatever you call your source. And so that's why there's so many different healing modalities. When you connect to your source, you understand the best way for you to go about your healing process. And
that's interesting, too, because everybody heals differently. What might resonate for you may not resonate for me or someone else, and vice versa. I'll give you a good example. I love to use certain kinds of essential oils to help me with my meditation and to kind of calm my spirit. Whereas my girlfriend, she smells that stuff and it just drives her nuts. It does not, I don't think it makes her hyper, but she just can't stand the smell. We're still looking for the right thing that can kind of calm her down. But her chemistry is just rigged a little differently. That doesn't mean that she cannot calm down or be able to be quiet. It just means that she's got to find out what that right thing is for her. It's very much like buying a pair of shoes. You try on a lot of different things and you figure out what works for you, what shoes you like the best, what feels most comfortable, what goes with the most outfits or whatever, and that's what you get. And I think sometimes people, they'll try meditation, they'll try yoga, they'll try some of the modalities around the law of attraction, like gratitude, and if it doesn't work within 2 or 3 days, they're like, oh, forget it. It's not
exactly.
And it's not quite like that.
Yeah, it's a lifelong journey. It's really, if you think about how many years you've been in a chaotic state and how that's developed into your current physical, emotional, and spiritual health, it's going to take really retraining yourself and getting into a spiritual ritual in order to really change into more of your power, more standing in your power, more becoming more aligned. So that takes time. It's not like...
And you're absolutely right. I'm glad you mentioned spiritual ritual, because I think I've talked to you about this before. I talk to my clients about starting your day in a positive way. Yes. And I use myself as an example in terms of the kinds of things that I do. And over the years, I've added different things and maybe dropped some things, and it has become a ritual. Now, again, what I do may not work for everybody, but I think that there are components of what I do that might resonate with everyone. Now, I'm not advocating that people get up at 4 o'clock in the morning like I do, but I do advocate that when you first open your eyes, the first thing that you should begin to think about is not necessarily, oh God, I gotta go to work, I gotta take the kids, all the stressful things. Open your eyes and, begin to, praise God, your source, whatever you want to call it, your pet rock, whatever, and thank him for awakening you, or thank her for awakening you, and go into kind of like a gratitude, thinking about the things that you're grateful for, and ushering in something that is positive, instead of immediately going into that negative force thing that really follows you throughout the day. Yeah.
Yes, it can, unless you understand how to shift out of it, but most people don't. So,
exactly.
Yes, it's best to start with something positive. And that just goes back to being connected to your source and understanding what works for you. The essence is truly the same. If you understand that, your thoughts, your feelings, all of that is creating your reality, then you will get in tune and say, okay, wow, yeah, when I wake up feeling like crap, that's how my day turns out. I understand that this is a basic principle of the law of attraction. Let me switch my morning ritual so that doesn't happen for me.
Right. You have to flip the script. You have to take control, because a lot of people say, oh, we don't control anything, but you can control what you think. You absolutely can. I like to kind of use the example of if you have a patio door, a sliding glass door, you open it, you close it. Okay. Many times those thoughts that come through when you're trying to meditate, or when you're waking up and you have, negative stuff starts coming in the course of your day, you can choose just to, open the door. Or close it, slide it by. You really do have the ability to do that. And you're not necessarily in denial, but you are thinking, I'm not going to have that thought right now because it doesn't serve me.
Exactly.
There's nothing there that is helping me feel better in the moment, or feel better about myself, or helping me do what it is I'm trying to do right now. So I'm just not going to give that thought any power. And exactly. As simple as that. Now, when people come to your workshops and classes, how do you start your class? What do you say to them?
Well, we start with just an overview of the class and, what we're going to do. And the whole goal of it is really to get you connected to your source, and to the point where you're strong enough, where your source is guiding you and you don't need me anymore. You have that internal guidance. Because I'm just here as more, I would say, like a mediator, because it's me and my spiritual guides. So I quiet my mind. I'll allow my spiritual guides to work through me in order to assist others. So the teachings that I do and the group coaching sessions that I do are very intuitive. So it's really, I don't want to impart my judgment. I want to let it come through the source.
Right.
To help you. And eventually, hopefully, you will be able to do the same.
Now, I was wondering if we could try something here. We haven't done this before in the times you've been on my show. We've never gone through a meditation. Could you lead us through some kind of a meditation?
So how much time do I have?
Pardon me?
How much time do I have?
I think you have about 5 minutes.
Yes.
It's a quick meditation. But you know what? That's not bad, because some people think that in order to meditate, you have to do it for 20 minutes, and they automatically give up before they start.
Yes. Okay, we can do a quick mindful meditation.
Good.
All right.
I'm ready.
All right, sit comfortably, or if you're lying down, lie comfortably. All right. So with mindfulness, you're just going to pay attention to the breath. We're going to pay attention to the breath. Just be mindful. We're not going to judge. We're just going to focus on the breath. We're not even going to try to change our breath, okay? So place your awareness On the tip of your nose, become aware of the breath going into your nose. Follow it along the nostril. Now as you exhale, again, become aware of the breath on the tip of your nose. Notice the warmth of the breath. Notice the speed of the breath. Do this without judgment. We're just observing. Now place your awareness on your lower abdomen. Notice if the breath is flowing to your lower abdomen. If it is not, that is okay. This is mere observation, no judgment. Notice how the breath feels in your lower abdomen as you inhale and as you exhale. Now bring your awareness to the movement of the breath in your chest. Again, just noticing how it feels when you inhale and when you exhale. Just do this for a couple more breaths. And then we're going to end the meditation with a moment of gratitude. Now silently to yourself, give thanks to at least 5 things for which you are grateful for today. Now open your eyes.
You know, that's really amazing. I can't believe, I'm not joshing you guys, okay? I feel so much more relaxed. And I meditate pretty much on a regular basis, but there was something that was different that you said to focus on. Because I do focus on my breath, and I do belly breathing, but I've never focused on how the breath feels in my abdomen. Hadn't done that. And then that moment of gratitude, because that's the opportunity to begin to usher in the idea of the law of attraction. You want to be, in some cases, prophetically grateful for something that hasn't yet come, but you're prophetically grateful and you're setting the intent at the same time. Because I was prophetically grateful for the thousands of listeners who are going to see this show after we go live. And I'm definitely right now grateful for you, Shawngela, for sharing your gifts and your knowledge and your wisdom. For those who want to find out more about your workshops, your retreats, where's the best place to go?
You can go to my website, seekwithinyou.com. That's SEEKWITHINYOU.com. And you will find information on my workshops, my upcoming group coaching session, actually my free webinar that's coming up next week on the law of attraction healing.
Oh, fantastic. I need to have you come up to Sacramento to one of my Wellness Woman Spa days and do a session. We're going to talk about that.
All right.
Yes. Thank you so much for being on the Wellness Woman Show. It's been wonderful to have you. And thank you always for heeding my call and putting up with our technical difficulties and change dates or whatever. But I truly do believe that whoever is supposed to see this will see it.
Exactly.
Absolutely. So that's a good thing. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste. And thank you to all of you, all of those who are out there in audio land and video land. Thank you so much for tuning into the Wellness Woman Show. And remember, every Tuesday at 6 p.m., we're on live somewhere, YouTube or Facebook. So definitely after the fact, I'll make sure that the link gets out for this particular show on all of our different platforms. And thanks so much for joining us, and we will see you again next time.